What's up guys, Craig Yeats here. Thanks for stopping by and watching my video. Today, I'm going to tell you a story that you've probably heard before, and a person you've probably heard about, Roger Bannister. Everyone's heard of Roger Bannister? Or have they? People have heard Roger Bannister is famous for breaking the 4-minute mile. But what most people aren't aware of is Roger Bannister went to the Olympics in 1952 and he failed. No one talks about the story of Roger Bannister going to the Olympics and not winning a gold medal in 1952. What happened? He tried to achieve what he wanted to achieve, which was a gold medal, or any medal, as a matter of fact, and he didn't. He came in 4th place. After the Olympics, he went to his coach and he said, "Coach, that's it, I'm done. I'm going back to the books, I'm studying." He was studying medicine, so he said, "That's it, I'm done, I'm quitting." He went back, he started studying anatomy once again. But when he went to go and quit with his coach said to him, "Roger, please, one more time. I think you can actually do this. I think you can break the 4-minute mile. Please don't quit just yet. Give it one more time." And he left that and he went back to the books. But his coach had planted a seed in his brain that he had potential to do something that no one had ever done before. And then what happened 2 years later? 1954, Roger Bannister went and he broke the 4-minute mile. The 4-minute mile, which hadn't been broken ever. For decades, people had tried to break it. For decades, people had tried to break the 4-minute mile and no one could do it until Roger Bannister came along, and we're still talking about it today, almost 50 years later. But interestingly enough, no one thought they could break the 4-minute mile. After Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile, do you know what happened? 46 days later, that's it, just a little bit longer than a month, 46 days later, someone else went and they broke it again, and they beat Roger Bannister's record by another second. Now, interesting enough, it created hope and potential to the world that this was now possible. So within the next year, there were 3 people that broke the barrier, the 4-minute mile. 3 people in the same single race. That is how the human mind works when you break down barriers. So what I want to do is talk a little bit about potential. Where does potential come from? Now, I said Roger Bannister's coach planted a seed in his mind to say, "I think you can still make it." Where does most of our potential come from? Most of our potential comes from the fact that our parents or our circumstances where we grew up dictates where or how we're actually going to live our lives. There's a saying, the rich get richer. Why? Most of the time it's because they were brought up in a rich household. They were brought up by parents and put in situations and circumstances where they had this potential that they're supposed to be rich and they're going to continue with that potential. Poor people, sometimes very hard, sometimes very much struggle to break out of that class. Any person in any class finds it very difficult to make changes from where you were born. But is it possible? Can you make changes from where you were born or where you currently are to your target, your goal, your dreams of what you're wanting to achieve? And the answer is yes, you can. So let's have a look at this. On the board, I've got this word here, potential, and I'm going to put it into a little diagram for you. So we're going to talk about your potential, and we're going to talk about how your potential actually leads on to create the actions that you take. Because at the end of the day, what we found is most people live their life in a very habitual manner. Do you think about everything that you're doing? No, probably not. Everything that you do on a day-to-day basis, sometimes weekly, sometimes monthly, sometimes yearly, is a habit that you've developed over time, and you continue to create that habit and you continue to behave in a particular way without ever thinking. Where do those habits come from? It comes from, a lot of the time, if we go backwards, it comes from how you were brought up. It comes from your situations and your circumstances, and you learned your habits and your ways of taking action from your parents, whether you like it or not, or your parental figures, your mentors, the people that were authority to you, school teachers, the community you lived in. You started to pick up from visually, from your senses, auditory, from your hearing, and your circumstances and surroundings. You started to learn all these things that were going on, and it created habits and ways of actually taking momentum forward and the actions that you actually take. Now, what happens when you take certain actions? Always from your actions, we get a result. Right now, you might be getting a result that you don't want to have. So you want to change your results. How do you change your results? You need to change your behaviors. How do you change your behaviors? You need to change your habits. How do you change your habits? You need to change your beliefs. So my diagram that I've drawn on the board here, it says everyone has a certain level of potential that you feel that you can actually take in the world. If you start anything, a business, a new hobby, a skill, a sport, whatever it is you're wanting to achieve, you will have a level of potential that you believe that you have. Depending on the level of potential you believe you have, depends on how much action you're actually going to take and go forward, and what behaviors you're going to take. So if you start something, a new career, and you think to yourself, I'm going to be amazing at this. The reason I'm going to be amazing at this is because other people have told me I'm going to be amazing at it. So I start to think I have a lot of potential. If I have a lot of potential in something, I'm probably going to take quite a lot of action, because I think I'm going to actually succeed at this. If I take lots and lots of actions, I'm bound to get a result. But if I take a lot of actions, I'm probably going to finally get at least 1 or 2 good results. Now, what happens when I believe things are going to work out well, and then I take a lot of actions and I get a positive result, a good result? I then reinforce my beliefs to go, oh, hang on, those people were right. My parents were correct. My mentors were correct. All these people that told me I was going to be successful, they're actually correct, because I'm starting to get the momentum and I'm starting to become successful. So it creates almost a self-fulfilling prophecy that I now start to believe the fact that what people told me was actually true with regards to my potential. And this is why we have that loop of rich people getting richer, poor people getting poorer. They build momentum either positively or negatively. So I want you to think about this. You start a new career, you start a new business, and your family, your friends, people around you say, you're not going to succeed at that. It's not going to work out. It's not going to, don't do that. It's the wrong industry. It's the wrong time. The economy's bad. You can't do it here in this country. What does that do to your level of potential? It's probably going to dampen your potential, and you're going to start to think, oh, I don't know if this can actually work out. So if I don't have a lot of potential for myself, what's going to happen? I'm probably not going to take a lot of action. And what happens if I don't take a lot of actions when I start a new career or new business or new job? I'm going to get a bad result. And when I get a bad result, what is that going to do to my beliefs? I'm going to think, they were probably correct. I shouldn't have started this new career. I shouldn't have gone into this. They were all correct. And once again, a self-fulfilling prophecy. It has an impact on my beliefs. So this circle, I like to call it the circle of success, but it can be the circle of failure. The same way you can become successful, you can become a failure. And you don't want to be a failure. I don't want to be a failure. That's why we're here. That's why we're watching this video. We want to learn. We want to grow. We want to become successful. We want to get the results, the targets, the goals, the dreams that you want to make sure your life is good, your life is rich. So out of this circle of success, what is the most important aspect of it? We want to get good results. So what do you think is the most important? The most important thing of this equation is your beliefs. Can we change our beliefs? Are they easy? Are they difficult? And the answer is yes, we can change them. Otherwise, no one born in a poor family would ever rise up out of that to become wealthy. And we've heard so many stories of wealthy people from bad backgrounds, from disadvantages, from situations, circumstances, families where they should never become successful, and they did it. How did they do it? They built on their beliefs. So I started this video talking about Roger Bannister. How did he achieve that amazing feat of breaking the 4-minute mile? Well, firstly, his coach said to him, I believe in you, you can go and do it. So what did he do? He obviously trained and he practiced to get faster and faster and faster. But what a lot of people also don't speak about is how he trained in his mind. What did he do from a beliefs point of view? He went and he visualized. He visualized for months breaking the 4-minute mile. He ran the race inside of his head over and over again because his body at a stage couldn't achieve the results he was wanting to achieve. So he had to visualize it and embody it from the inside. They so often say success comes from within. Success doesn't come from without. Success doesn't come from the outside. It comes from the inside. It comes from the inside because it starts with your beliefs. So if you have kids, this is something I encourage you to do. Build their beliefs. Give them all the praise, the affirmation that they can be successful, that they can do whatever they want to do. But we need to lead ourselves first and foremost. So we need to build the beliefs in our own head, in our own mind, in ourselves, inside of ourselves, to go and achieve whatever the goals and the dreams are that you want to achieve. How do we change our beliefs? We need to make sure we are visualizing whatever it is we're wanting to achieve. And we need to give emotion to it. The more emotion we can give to that visualization, the faster it speeds up the change in belief. And sometimes it might be a lot of work that's required to change our beliefs, because when you're in an environment that's negative, where everyone's saying you can't do it, you have to have some strong beliefs in yourself that you don't hear all those people saying you can't do it, because your internal voice needs to be louder than it to say, yes, I can do it. I have potential. I can go and do it. And if I can go and do it, I'm going to do everything possible. I'm going to take all the necessary action because I'm going to change my behavior. I'm going to find a way. I'm going to do everything I can possibly happen, and I'm going to get the positive results, and it's going to reinforce my beliefs that I can go back to all those people that said you can't do it and I can't do it, and I'm going to say, see, I have the results. I have the results because I believed in myself, and because I believed in myself, I knew I had the potential to do it, and I took the actions and I got the results of what I wanted to do. So if you're not getting the results that you want at this point in time in any area of your life, business, sport, anything that you're wanting to achieve, think about my success formula. My success formula is very simple to break down, but this is where the most important thing is. Hopefully, from this video going forward, you will start to work on building your own beliefs, whatever beliefs you need to have to get those targets, those goals, and those dreams of what you want to achieve. I hope you found value in this video. I've enjoyed talking to you. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please share it with someone else who can also get the benefit from this. All the best working towards your goals and dreams. I hope that they come true, and I hope all your dreams and successes are realized as soon as possible. Cheers.